About a week after the release of EA's offering of Lord of the Rings goodness, Vivendi, under the Sierra brand, published another attempt at a game based in the works of Tolkien that was developed by Inevitable Entertainment, known for Area 51. However, instead of going forwards like planned, they decided to instead make a game based on the book that started it all, The Hobbit. Now, there had been a Hobbit game before, back in 1982 for home computers, but being a text adventure, it was basic but still enjoyable at the time. But Bilbo Baggins deserved to have the same success as the other heroes of Middle-earth, so let's see if his first 3D outing is just as good. Being an adaptation of the book, The Hobbit puts you in the big, shoeless feet of Bilbo Baggins, a hobbit living in the Shire, when he is invited by Gandalf the Wizard to go on an adventure. Bilbo refuses, but offers tea to Gandalf tomorrow. When Gandalf returns, he brings 13 dwarves with him. These dwarves, led by Thorin Oakenshield, are going on a journey to reclaim their kingdom upon the Lonely Mountain from the evil dragon Smaug, and they need a thief, with Gandalf volunteering Bilbo. Of course, Bilbo faints, but after some internal encouragement, agrees to join them on a grand adventure. Now,
to make a long story short, too late!
But if you've read the book or even seen the films that come out years later, and you like them, then the game will feel familiar to you as far as story goes. Unlike the other 3 games I've covered so far, The Hobbit is more of a platformer than anything else, where you progress through the story by completing quests like finding objects or clearing out enemies. Just like his nephew Frodo, Bilbo has 3 weapons he'll use throughout the game: his handy walking stick, stones to throw, and finally, Sting, which can be upgraded when Bilbo acquires magic scrolls hidden in the levels. When he finally acquires it, Bilbo can also use the One Ring to turn invisible when he needs to make a stealthy exit. You might notice while exploring and platforming these diamonds that are all over the levels and also given to you as rewards. These are courage points, objects of different values that, when you collect 1,000 of, adds another point to Bilbo's health meter. Not gonna lie, I think this is kinda cool. Just leveling up your HP by collecting a bunch of diamonds, I'm all for that. Then again, I think that's kind of a platformer thing to begin with. One thing that is a little weird is how you use the money you collect in the game. Instead of visiting a shop during your travels, you can only buy items when you complete a chapter. Here you can use your coins to buy potions, bigger bags to hold more stones and potions, extra hit points, and skeleton keys. Why you have to wait till the end of the chapter is an odd choice, but if you're in a desperate need of a healing potion, you need not worry too much. You can also find the majority of these items by exploring the environments, some hidden in chests. You'll come across a few of these chests that are locked, and you'll have to perform an interesting lock-picking minigame where you have to land your cursor in the green area. Sounds simple, but the chest's difficulty determines how many you have to win, going up to 8 locks, with failing losing you some health or getting poisoned. Certainly one of the more unique, yet unfortunately annoying lockpick minigames I've ever seen in a game. Most of the time your button press isn't recognized, leading to just HP lost for no reason. Of course, if you don't want to even mess with this, just use one of those aforementioned skeleton keys I talked about. Truthfully, for me anyway, there's not much to really say on The Hobbit other than it's a decent platformer. There's nothing really amazing or any type of gameplay that stands above the rest, but it's not a terrible game either. It's middle of the road, that, like most platformers of the day, suffer from an annoying camera that just loves to mess with your jumping. This, of course, causes many deaths. Some, just a few unsettling. On top of that, sometimes the enemies love to get you in a hit lock while masterfully dodging all of your attacks, even with the lock-on used. It can lead to some frustrating times, but it's still doable. Visually, The Hobbit looks really good with a unique animated style that's different from the Lord of the Rings films and even the animated Hobbit film from the 1970s, going for a more CG film feel, like a DreamWorks picture, or even Disney, minus Pixar of course. This is very apparent in the character design, as Bilbo looks nothing like I thought he would in his younger years. Then again, my opinion is bent due to the recent Hobbit trilogy by Peter Jackson. This Bilbo does indeed look like the thief Gandalf and the dwarves are searching for, as opposed to the simple, boring Bilbo we've gotten used to. I'm cool with it. Same goes to the other characters, although Gollum looks more like Panthro from Thundercats if he kept skipping a few meals. Level design is just as good, ranging from the bright, chipper colors of the Shire to the dark, gloomy forests and caves to what lies beyond the Shire. For audio, the music is a wonderful score filled with acoustics and wind instruments, very similar to The Bard's Tale, as well as booming orchestral pieces when needed. As for voice acting, it's not that bad. All of the actors involved give off a pretty good performance filled with a few chuckles here and there.
Yeah, who are you?
Blimey, look what I've copped!
The Hobbit is a platformer that kinda wants to be a Zelda game too, but kinda misses the mark. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible, but if you're looking for a challenging game here, you're not going to find it. However, if you just want a light, fun-filled romp through Middle-earth and can deal with the wonky camera and annoying enemy hit detection, then The Hobbit delivers well on that. Plus, it's pretty affordable too. As for myself, I just couldn't get into it. Then again, I'm not much for platformers. After The Hobbit, most games delving into Middle-earth that came out were, for the most part, based on the films and released by EA. Now, Lord of the Rings games are still being made today, with the Middle-earth Shadow Saga being the recent. But still, it was a great time to be a fan of Middle-earth back in that sweet period when every year we got treated for Christmas with a Lord of the Rings film. And with that, Hobbitween has officially concluded. I want to thank you all for watching this strange special I chose to do. I know Middle-earth games, Lord of the Rings, is kind of odd for Halloween in October, but I don't know, I wanted to do something different. I had a pretty good time. If I'd have to choose a favorite out of these four, I'd have to say Fellowship would be my top pick. I mean, I do enjoy a good hack and slash, but again, the EA games get kind of bland after a while, so it was nice to play something refreshing. And Hobbit was okay, but again, I'm not big on platformers, so kind of fell on me a little bit. But I'm getting way off topic. The point is, you guys have a safe, happy, candy coma-induced Halloween. Enjoy the scary movies, enjoy the scary games, enjoy the scary videos that are going to be all over YouTube and all the streams on Twitch. Just have a ball, go nuts. And I'll catch you next time. See ya.